Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be talking about how to make some money from your house during this whole crazy quarantine situation. And this video will be very valuable to you guys out there, especially if you wanna make some money from your house. Instead of being bored all day long, sleeping or playing video games, you guys will actually be able to do these things and make some money out of it. So it won't be the typical video where I'll tell you guys, oh, go take this survey for 3 hours and you guys will end up having 50 cents at the end of it. It makes no sense to do that. So let's get into it. And before we do, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't forget to do it right down below. And while you're at it, you may as well just click the like button. And if you guys have any questions, just drop them down below. So without further ado, let's get into this. The first way you could make some money online during this whole crazy quarantine situation is basically going on this website called Upwork. It's a fancier version of Fiverr where you could hire someone to do a job for you, or you could be the one doing jobs for other people. And any skills that you guys have, you could pretty much post it on here. And obviously there's a huge wide range of salaries that there is. So depending on how much you think you're worth, how good you are at a certain skill, you put that salary up there and you'll be able to charge a certain person for the labor that they're willing to get done. So let's just take a quick example. Let's say you need someone to do a voiceover for you and you go on this Upwork website. There's a lot of people offering that service for you. So let's see what there is here. The first person that we see on Upwork would be Alexander M, that charges around $145 an hour and has earned around $90,000 plus on this website. So he would be a good option if you need someone to do some voiceover work, but obviously he charges a lot of money. There's a lot of people on here that do not charge as much. So let's take Rachel S, for example, that charges $20 an hour. And for you guys that have any sort of talent out there, whether it be washing toilets, painting walls, you love graphic design, you guys could do all that and just post your work on their website. You'll be able to make some money out of it. So let's say you like graphic design, you just post your stuff online, and then depending on if people ask you to do some work, then you could always accept or decline it. You see if you want to do the work and if you can do the work, and if you can and want to do it, then you just accept it, do the work, and you just made yourself a couple $100 depending on how long the project was or how much time you put into it. So that would be the first option to make some money during this whole quarantine situation. The second one would be user testing, or what we call beta testing, which is basically going on this website called usertesting.com, where companies like Microsoft, Facebook, eBay all have some new features or some different stuff that they're trying to test out, and you could be the one testing it out. So on usertesting.com, you make about $10 every 20 minutes of testing that you do. And it sounds pretty good. If you could do, 10 tests a day, you make $100. The only issue with it is that you could only take 1 or 2 tests for a week. But depending on how long the test is, you could earn up to $60. So let's say the max for your week is 2 tests. You take 2 tests that are really long, $60 each, you make an extra $120 during that week, which is pretty nice. Obviously, you won't become a millionaire doing these tests, but at least it'll give you a quick little stream of income, especially during this quarantine, or for later on if, after work you're bored, you wanna make an extra $60 for some candy at the store, you wanna go get a little something, some spending money, you could always do those tests. 2 a week is not too bad. It's nothing that's gonna make you a millionaire, but it's a little pocket change that you could always keep on the side. And who doesn't want some free money, right? The third way you guys can make some money from your house during this whole crazy quarantine situation is actually one that I've already used before, and that's going to make resumes for people. And making resumes for people is not too hard once you have the template done the first time. You could find that online, or you could just create it yourself. But there's a lot of people out there, including me, a lot of students that are coming out of university, and a lot of people that are trying to get their first jobs or can't find jobs at all, that are looking for people to create their resumes for them, because it's too long to do and sometimes it's too complicated for people. They're not too good with Word, they don't know how to do it, and they'd rather pay someone $50 to $100 to create their resume instead of doing it themselves. So if you could make a resume or a couple different templates of resumes that you could offer to people, depending on their experience, their education, what they're doing in life, then a lot of people out there are gonna be willing to pay you, that $50 to $100. So that's a really good option for a lot of you guys that are doing nothing, stuck at home right now. A lot of people lost their jobs, sadly, during this whole quarantine. And a lot of people are gonna need their resumes to be done for them if they're not already done. So if you could be that person to charge them $50 to $100, why not do that? You'll make a lot of money from it. And so if you're willing to market yourselves, you could put some posts on Facebook saying that you're creating these resumes for people. You could put it on Kijiji. I know we have that here in Canada. And you guys will actually be surprised on how much you can make creating resumes for people, because a lot of people think it's too complicated to do and just don't have time to create their whole resume. They already have the details, they have some old resumes that they've already done, and maybe they just want it to be more professional, better looking. Obviously, there's a lot of options out there that could make you a lot of money from home, like eBay and Airbnb, but we couldn't cover it today because of the whole quarantine situation where everyone is on lockdown and where no one could leave their house. And something like Airbnb, there's not a lot of people renting Airbnbs right now, and even eBay, that's a bit up in the air where you're buying stuff from another seller, receiving it, and then shipping it out to someone else. So right now, those wouldn't be great opportunities. And there's other stuff like tutoring online. So for people around the world and foreign exchange students want to learn how to speak English, and that's a great opportunity for you if you're trying to make some money from home. The only issue with it is that a lot of the websites online require a bachelor's degree. And for a lot of you out there that don't have a bachelor's degree yet, it's pretty much worthless to even mention it because you're not at that stage. But for those that do have a bachelor's degree and want to earn some extra cash, either at nighttime or just another stream of income, you could always go to tutoring websites. I'll put some down in the description below where you could actually help people speak English or any kind of language that you guys know. So if you guys know a different language, you could always teach that to other people out there. So the first one that we covered today was Upwork, where any kind of skill or thing that you like to do, you could post it on that website with your own salary. So give yourself a reasonable salary. The second one that we saw was the closest thing to the sketchy online surveys that we talked about in the beginning, which was usertesting.com, where you earn about $10 for every 20 minutes of testing that you do. So depending on how long the testing is, you could earn up to $60, but maximum twice a week. So that's the downside of that. And then the third one we talked about was the creating CVs for people in need right now, or just making them better looking. So those were the top 3 ones that we talked about today, guys. And then the extras, obviously right now we're in a crazy quarantine situation, but if it was regular life, you guys would be able to sell some stuff on eBay. Airbnb was another great option. And then we also saw the tutoring in whatever language you guys speak or want to teach other people in. It's always a great option out there. And those were the amazing ways to make some money right now while you're at home during this crazy quarantine. And I also left a not so subtle kind of question throughout the video. If you guys found that, answer it by yes or no in the comments down below and what it should be. So if you guys saw it, you guys would already know. So that's it. Go make your money, guys. Subscribe down below if you guys found any value in the video today, and any questions that you guys have, don't forget to leave it in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer it. So ciao, guys.